Now the market open. I mean, trading halted already immediately upon open because it was already up 132% in the pre-market, and AMC followed with 121% in the pre-market. Both have see this is the thing. You have these circuit breakers in the market. Even on the upside, I get, okay, if you want to stop something from crashing to zero, you should have circuit breakers on the downside. But there should be no circuit breaker on the upside, all right? Those that choose to short and they get wrecked, well, no one should care, okay? Shorting is a nasty business. You shouldn't do it. And those hedge funds that are losing billions upon billions upon billions of dollars right now, well, who cares? Let them lose it all, right? That way, there's no more short sellers. I never got the the circuit breaker thing on the way up. On the way down, I get it. But on the way up, there should be no circuit breaker. I mean, who wants to stop the gains, right? Like, let the gains continue. What's wrong with it? So yeah, I think today everyone's going to be focusing on these two. And not just that, all the other companies that were heavily shorted and had a rally in 2021, they're all doing good too. For example, BlackBerry's up about 20%. I don't know if you guys remember BlackBerry. Cost is up 46%. These were two that were heavily shorted back in 2021 and rallied with the GME movement. So we will see. So today, I think in Wall Street is all about memes, right? Meme stocks. But of course, we have a lot of meme coins that are following, and they are going absolutely bonkers as well. So looking pretty good so far. But going back to crypto, what is Fed Chair Powell going to do? Is he going to pump our bags and drive Bitcoin up to $80,000 in the near future? Well, it could happen. It could happen. Bitcoin is poised to go higher. Right now, it does look like it wants to edge higher and higher and higher and claw back. But we are being held by this one mysterious seller out of the blue. No idea who it is. And I've been saying this. I'm like, I can't figure out who it is, but now it's so prevalent. You could even see it in the charts, right? But Fed Powell is going to have a speech today, among other like Fed presidents and governors and board members. I don't know what he's going to say. He's really stuck between a rock and hard place with inflation. We just had inflation reading saying that inflation's going upwards more than expected, yet economic activity like GDP is showing that activity is going downwards, right? So are you supposed to cut rates? Are you supposed to raise rates? Are you supposed to do nothing? And this is on top of a presidential election year that's coming up. There's so many factors at play, right? But if Powell comes out and continues to be dovish and says, hey, you know what? It's okay that we had some bad inflation reading. We're still going to cut. Well, the market's going to rally, right? I don't know if he's going to say it like that. He's going to like try to hide it among many words. But if people are still reading in between lines, and that's essentially what he's saying, then the market's going to rally. It's going to continue to rally hard today and throughout the remainder of this year, right? But like I said, there is one person, this mysterious seller, that's trying to stop Bitcoin. I posted this last night, and it's so obvious. Those of you guys that actually watch the charts and you look at these massive down scam wicks, right? And the volume, look at it. And it happened this morning again. So last night, it was so prevalent. Look at all these massive down wicks. And then let me turn on the volume. You could see one person in particular was trying to drive Bitcoin downwards. Okay, finally successful over here. And then you could see they did it again, even though Bitcoin rallied right back up, right? And I'm like, who is doing that? Who would want to do this? I mean, I'm glad I'm not the only one who paid attention. A lot of people also tweeted this. Basically, there's someone that's trying to manipulate the market. Does it have something to do with this? it is identified as a Coinbase seller. So whoever has been doing it has been doing it on Coinbase. And then all of a sudden, Coinbase has a system-wide outage. Coincidence? Or there's something more to it, right? Like, I find it hard to believe that all these people or just one seller is selling on Coinbase, and all of a sudden Coinbase has a system-wide outage. In fact, if you look at their status, the mobile and website both have degraded performance, and there are reports that some people can't withdraw right now. But there's something going on with Coinbase, right? Maybe an insider where they hacked, or it was just a whale that's selling so much, Coinbase decided just, their systems crashed or something like that. But there's some relationship with Coinbase. We just don't know what it is yet. Okay. But it's good to see Bitcoin having a little bit of movement today, despite bad inflation numbers. I mean, if you think about it, bad inflation numbers should actually drive more people to Bitcoin, right? Like, if you want to opt out of inflation, you want to opt out of the Fed's shenanigans with monetary policy that will basically rob you of your wealth, well, then you opt out and opt into Bitcoin. It's really that simple. So with bad inflation numbers, it should drive more people to Bitcoin, right? And there are some that are accumulating. Besides this one person that's trying to sell on Coinbase, you have a couple whales that bought 50 million worth of Bitcoin at bottom. I wish I could just buy DCA 50 million at the bottom. Like, there are so many whales out there with insane wealth, and they're picking up behind the scenes. And I show you guys all these charts all the time, and these analytic platforms catch them too. I mean, all these guys are just buying and holding, and holding some more and buying some more. Even ETFs. Yesterday, we had a net positive inflow, 66 million. That's fantastic. No outflow from Grayscale. Even better. So even the institutions, even though they slowed down their buying, but they're still buying. They're still buying the ETFs. And I've been reporting more and more banks coming out saying that they hold Bitcoin spot ETF, right? So this is what you're supposed to do, guys. When it's a little bit scary, when Bitcoin's down, what you're supposed to do, you DCA. Now, looking at the charts, well, we're in a pretty similar pattern as before. Right before Bitcoin really started skyrocketing up to 60,000, when we were still in the 30s and 40s, which was the beginning of this year. It's hard to imagine that back in February, we actually fell back to the 30s. I don't remember that. I don't know if you guys remember that. Okay. Do you remember we fell down to 38K in February? That was only 3 months ago. And, people are somehow complaining at 60,000. But you know what? We had the same kind of pattern. We had some sideways movement. We had a little dip, and then we started going up, and then we went up to 50,000 before we shot up to $60,000 and $70,000. Looks kind of similar.